Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos, buying two of these Zapotrons from the event store. And in this video here, I am of course going to go through the Zapotron as a sniper, one of the things you can get right now in the event store in Fortnite. These are the rolls that I got with the two Zapotrons that I got. This one here is the one that I feel is the most interesting. It has 105% crit damage. If I crit with it, it can be really crazy. I did have one in advance that deals nature damage, so that was an option for me as well. The really important thing with the Zapotron is that it only has a 5% base crit chance, meaning that you're going to be critting 1 every 20 shot, give or take, and you're going to be doing a 75% additional damage when you crit. But this is a unique weapon in that you can charge it up. You have two different ways you can attack with this weapon. One is default attacking, and the other is by holding down your fire key and letting it charge up, allowing you to deal additional damage and actually pierce through multiple enemies. So it is one of the things I'm going to be looking a little bit into, or I have looked into, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And of course here the obsidian and shadow shard options. As always, pretty much I'm going with the shadow shard, going for the glass cannon build more or less. Crafting it, equipping it, and taking it out for a spin in a power level 100 mission. This here is the very first time that I tried to play with the Zapotron, meaning that I had to get a little bit of a feel about it. I've been playing with it for a day. As you can see here, I'm using the charge up, and the very important thing is note how much it shakes. The Zapotron is one of, I think, 4 snipers that have this very long range in the game, but you need to consider, is it good for you to have a long range when you are shaking so much? Can you actually headshot anything when you have such a shaking corsair? When you do this charge up attack, you consume 6 ammunition instead of 1, but you deal 3 to 5 times as much damage. I don't know exactly how much, but based on what I have been able to fiddle around with, it is between 3 and 5 times as much damage. So 6 times as much ammunition, much more damage in one shot, but you do have the shaking, you do have the loading time, and as you can see, when you don't hit heads, you deal much less damage. When we have these hugely colored things, it is not necessarily because you crit, it can be because you're doing a headshot, and when you headshot with the weapon, you get an additional multiplier. I believe with the Zapotron it is 150% additional damage, and that adds to the crit as well if you do crit damage, meaning that if I crit with this in a headshot, I can deal a mind-blowing insane amount of damage. But is that really worth it? Keep in mind, guys, that what I'm showing here and what I'm testing and what I'm saying about the Zapotron is based on the weapon I am testing with the rolls I have. Fortnite is not a game where you get a weapon and then you have a good or a bad weapon. Fortnite is a game where you get a weapon and you get good or bad rolls on it. You can have a really seemingly bad weapon with really good rolls, and then it will be crazily more overpowered than another weapon that has really bad rolls. Moving into a 76 powered mission here to test it out for some play running, and this is where I dealt my best damage with the Zapotron. Headshot here, 297,000 damage. Very nice for power level 106 weapon. Moved into, like, I've been playing a great deal of games with the Zapotron, trying to really get a feel about it, and what I'm sharing with you guys here is a power level 84 boosted retrieve the data mission, where I want to show you guys why the Zapotron isn't working out for me in the end game. First of all, it is slow. I need to do the charge up, the wind up, but more importantly, I am strong. I am much stronger than most of the opponents I'm going to be facing in this game, which means that my default way of playing the game is using my grenades when I'm playing my grenadier, using my dragon slash, my smoke bombs, my area of effect damage, because I am dealing a lot of damage to a lot of mobs. I'm not focusing on dealing this huge amount of damage to single individual mobs, but I can need to do that. I can need to take out a smasher as here, but as you can see, I'm being out-damaged by a constructor with a Hydra. A constructor. Yeah, so that was a really bad thing for me. Really embarrassing. What I also found out was that I deal more damage with my grenades and their residual energy field than I do by charging up the Zapotron, again based on my weapon, my rolls, and my luck. So it is more efficient, more like, even on a single target I deal more damage with my abilities than I do by charging up the Zapotron. That kind of makes it really hard to appreciate the weapon. I'm just like, wow, it is a huge amount of damage dealing these 150 to 200 when I headshot. on these mobs. It is not bad at all, but considering what I do with my abilities, it is just water compared to it. The recently updated Going Commando ability that now triggers pretty fast also deals more damage faster and consumes no ammunition. We're talking energy ammunition here. You need bacon to make this stuff. So yeah, it is slow. You need to hit. If you don't hit with it, if you don't headshot, it is a huge waste. And this here is one of the really cool things you can do with it. You can penetrate multiple enemies. If you get enemies lined up, you can strike through them with your energy laser beam and take them all out. But how often do you have a good aim at multiple enemies that you can't take out with your smoke bomb, your dragon slash, your energy trail, your grenades? I mean, it is so amazing fun to actually do it, but how often are you going to stop in the middle of the battle, charge up your weapon, aim for headshots that are going to be lining through multiple enemies to get that shot? It is fun, and that is pretty much all there is to say about it, because the game of Fortnite, the PvE game, is so much more chaotic that stopping up, taking a lot of time to do these sniper shots, it's just not something you do that often. And I would say that when you do it, I love my Heartbreaker. It is fast, point, aim, click, win. This here, it is slow and not as amazing as what I was shown here, flying on a rocket. So guys, this here was my review of the Zapotron. It is amazing, just not really for me, at least not in the end game with the roles that I have on it. It just doesn't match up with my character's base abilities, making it really hard to appreciate the legendary sniper. As always guys, I would love your feedback, your comments, your suggestions, your tip, because if there is one thing I have learned, then it is that when I do a weapon review, you guys know a lot of things that I didn't consider, and I would absolutely love to learn. As always guys, thank you very much for watching.